Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. In today's video, we're opening up a new Pokemon TCG League Battle deck featuring Mega Lucario EX. Really big fan of the League Battle decks, a great way for more experienced players to pick up some useful cards that they can put towards building their own decks, and a great way for newcomers to get a complete working deck that they can start to play with. And it's a good sort of jumping off point for those players to then experiment. They can make small modifications to the deck and work themselves up to the point of being able to create their own decks. Now, looking through the front of the box here, you can see a few of the cards that we're going to get inside. Like I said, always a great way to pick up some really interesting and useful cards, especially multiples of cards. So really looking forward to seeing what we get inside here and how we might be able to use that going forward. Let's dive in and open up this League Battle deck. Definitely a lot of great items inside the League Battle deck box here. First up, we've got a really cool strategy sheet. I like the inclusions of these. Gives players who are both newer to the Pokemon TCG and those that are newer to thinking strategically about what cards to add into their deck some insights into not only how to play this particular deck here, but also some ways to just think about how to play the Pokemon TCG in general, the cards that you might want to use in a deck for different stages of the game. And, I think it's just really nice, useful information here. Great for even some more experienced players as well. Just some different ways to think about the cards and think about how all the cards come together to form a deck. So really cool. Love the inclusion of this sheet in the box here. Now, in addition to that, we've got some condition markers, some great looking dice. In particular, big fan of the transparent one here. Always a big fan of getting dice in the different Pokemon TCG products. They're always really cool, great colors. So happy to add those to our collection. We've got a nice deck box here. Great artwork on the outside. Can never have too many deck boxes. Got a nice little stack of energy from our deck here. Now, from the front of the box, we could see the featured cards for this particular League Battle deck. We've got Mega Lucario EX. Great artwork on there. Nice to pick up 3 copies of that Mega EX Pokemon. Really useful. We've got a spec card here, Secret Box. Always nice to pick up some extra copies of different spec cards. And then we've got Pheasantipity EX and Blood Moon Ursaluna EX. Great to get a couple additional EX Pokemon there. Now, in addition to these featured cards that we could see from the front of the box, we've got the rest of the cards that make up the deck for this particular League Battle deck. I've sorted them out into different categories. So first up, we've got the Pokemon, and in this case, it's all fighting type Pokemon. Really useful to have extra copies of a lot of the different Pokemon available and at your disposal when you're creating decks. Never know when different ones will become useful for you. So really happy to pick those up. In addition to those, we've next got the item cards. This is where these League Battle decks really shine, in my opinion. You can never have too many copies of most of the item cards available in the Pokemon TCG. So nice to be picking up extra copies of these. Just makes it a lot easier to create multiple different decks and have all the cards at your disposal that you need for them. Next up after that, we've got the supporter cards. Again, super useful, great to have extra copies of these, in particular, Boss's Orders, always super useful to have several copies of. Then we can see it also comes with 2 stadium cards, Gravity Mountain, and 2 Pokemon tool cards, Air Balloon. So super happy overall with what we managed to get here. I think a lot of useful duplicates and sort of core cards that we can use for creating a wide variety of decks. Always really nice to be able to get the extra copies of Mega EX cards as well as EX cards and even A-Spec cards there. Can never really have too many of these. Super useful and just nice to get extra copies of special cards like this. Like I said, big fan of the strategy sheets that they include. I think these are great for, in particular new players, but everybody can probably find some useful bits of information in there. Condition markers, great dice, deck box, the energy cards that go with this deck. Really happy overall and looking forward to seeing what we get next for the League Battle Deck line. And, hopefully we will get another one of these real soon because it's always got lots of great stuff packed into it. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.